this out, guys. Good morning. It is Sunday morning, March the 15th. We are dead center March. It's 37 degrees here in Hampstead. It's partly cloudy, maybe, but it's not bad. Not a bad day at all. Very sunny. I mean, not sunny. Very clear. All right, guys. We're going to get this van started. We've got one delivery today. That's it. Just one. What a day! Here we go. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We're missing one piece. I got so excited because I've got to write down the steps now to make this horizontal thing work. I think I figured it out, but I don't know. All right, today I started. All right. Let's go. Here we go. Come on, do it. 1, 2. There we go. All right. Text-to-speech is on. Video is on. We're ready to roll. I've seen several woodland animals this morning, okay? Just need to let you know. My day has started out that way. So the first sighting was, right above the highway, there's a bus station. I don't know if you've ever noticed it. We pass it when we go to Lenny's. If we're going to Lenny's, it's on the left-hand side as we're going down, right before we get to... It's basically the end of the bus line, right? It's the most northern spot. It's the last stop on that run. And so they have a spot there where they can turn the bus around. It's kind of an open area. Well, today there were like 3 deer just kind of hanging out. They weren't in the little enclosure that, like people can sit in if it's raining or something. They weren't in there, but they were like right around the area. They were definitely waiting for the bus. One of them was smoking. No, not really. There wasn't much smoking. But they were right around the bus stop. So that was my first sight. Then, as I got up close to I was in the area near the bakery before I got to the main road, and a fox walked right in front of me. Cute little critter. Not as cute. Has everybody seen the fox that Susan has on her? I mean, she has this fox that comes up on her porch and basically kind of hangs out with her a little bit, I think. I forgot what she named him. Gimbal? Not Gimbal. Isn't the gimbal the thing that I'm going to hold? It reminded me of gimbal. A gimbal is now I'm getting my words mixed up. Gimbal is the thing that I can use to walk around with a camera, right? That's a gimbal. No, it was something close to that. But anyway, cute little fox. High country. It's where Susan, our Australian friend. I mean, she talks to him.
7-figure dashing investor says, "Good morning, Craig."
Hey, good morning, Tom. Happy. Just left the bakery a few minutes ago. How's your dashing? I guess you're dashing around this time. Dashing.
7-figure dashing investor says it buffered. Say again.
No, I was going to just say, how was your dashing? Is this around when I know you have long days. Is this around when you finish pretty late at night?
7-figure dashing investor says last order.
Ah, last order. Gotcha.
Seven-figure dashing investor says usually midnight.
Midnight. Usually midnight. So you're like 6 o'clock, right? Are you 3 hours? I know Arizona doesn't change your clocks, right? So I can never really figure if you're on a regular time or you're either 3 or 2 hours different. Is that still true? Like, you don't change your clocks, I don't think, in Arizona. At least that's the way I thought it was.
Seven-figure dashing investor says currently we're on Pacific time. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
3, okay. Okay, so you're 3 hours different.
Seven-figure dashing investor says that's correct. We change our clocks in Arizona.
So when we're on standard time, you're only 2 hours different. That's what it is. My brother and I drove Route 66 one year. Well, we've done it twice. But one year when we did it, we had planned to visit Meteor Crater. And so we were riding along, and we had the time difference screwed up. So we thought we were an hour ahead of what we really were. And so we thought we had like maybe a half an hour to get to Meteor Crater. We were like on the highway, and we were flying. I mean, we were like, it was ridiculous. And we were on this highway. You could kind of see where Meteor Crater was up in the distance because it was very flat, obviously, and you could see where it was. And we're flying on the highway trying to get there because we were afraid it was going to close. And when we got there, we were like an hour. We had, instead of being 15 minutes early, we really had an hour and 15 minutes. It's kind of crazy. But we were thinking the whole way on this road, we were like flying and passing people and stuff. It was a 2-lane road, but you could see forever. It wasn't like dangerous or anything. But we were flying past these people, and all we were thinking was how funny it must have been that they thought we were all excited about Meteor Crater, which we were. But it was pretty comical. But we did get to see Meteor Crater. That's pretty cool. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but the decorations are still up. I forgot somebody had today on the decoration contest.
Seven-figure dashing investor says it just goes to show you the power of a thought.
That's right. That's true. I did see a deer off on the right-hand side there. They seem to be out today. don't know why. So I saw the 3 deer standing at the bus stop. I saw the fox. Wow. All the animals are up. I want to start putting the camera in my car. I don't think I would live stream it, but I want to start putting the camera in the car when I drive from my house to the bakery. So for my morning commute, just so I have, like, I don't think I'll keep that stuff. I'll just in case anything happens. That was when I hit the deer. So that would have been nice to have that, you know what I mean? Like, in case anybody questioned. But that, you know, occasionally I see some crazy stuff on my way up to the bakery. And I would at least have it. I started doing that last week, first part of last week. I started putting the camera in my car as I was driving. But I stopped because I got a notice that my storage space on, you know, Google's OneDrive or wherever it's being kept, I don't know, in the cloud, was reaching its maximum. But I don't even need to record it in the cloud. Like, I've just got to turn that off. I haven't done it yet, but I got to set it up so that when it records, it only puts it on the phone. Because unless something happens that I want to keep, I'm going to delete the film every day. I don't need to really see my commute every day. Oops. Yeah, I started getting these warnings. Like, I got an email from Google saying something wasn't working, or I was going to run out of space for something. Email, I think. I think my email was going to stop, although that's not really the email I use. Yeah, our gas is still hanging around 350. Like, I see it from 349 to 350, somewhere in the 350s. Oh, I discovered a funny thing. So, for a week or so now, I've been having this issue. I'm still not completely done with it yet, but the issue with my horizontal orientation on the phone. So, when I go through the process of trying to use my
At
phone.
the seven-figure dashing investor says all done. Starting end of night routine. 464.62.
Wow. That's, I mean, I know you work a long shift, but that's great. That's a lot. Jeez. That is amazing. Oh yeah, but so with my phone, so it wasn't, or it still is kind of quirky about getting it to settle on horizontal orientation for when I turn the camera on. So like I've been turning it on, and if I start the stream, it comes up and says, "Oh, you got to turn the phone," you know, because it's set for vertical. I guess it defaults to vertical. And I've changed it. I keep playing with it. I think I have finally figured it out, but I just want to get the steps down in my head. But anyway, so yesterday, you know, the last few days, actually for a few days now, I have my thumbnail. I have no thumbnail. I don't put any details in my description. I don't put any tags on it. I don't do any of the stuff that YouTube says, you know, this is going to help you promote your video. Right? All it is I turn it on, and I've already used up my scheduled stream. Like that didn't work, so I had to end it, and then I started up again. And instead of going through and typing all that stuff out again, I just start the video. So all day yesterday, like that's how it was. I mean, people are still, you know, coming in and watching, but there's no thumbnail. There's nothing. So yesterday I look. And it's what I forgot to change the thumbnail. Usually I change it when I get home. I forgot to change it. So this morning I look at it. It was the most views. Like my live streams, the replays usually don't get very many views. I mean, I sort of expect that. But yesterday's live stream got more views than most of my live streams, and it had absolutely no, you know, beneficial factor to it at all. I mean, other than my stunning personality, but it didn't have anything on it. So like, I'm almost hesitant to like put any effort into my thumbnail and my tags. It's not a lot of effort if it's working smoothly. It's not a lot of effort anyway, but I just thought that was pretty funny. I mean, normally I've got like 40, you know, anywhere from 30 to 50 people. And I wake up this morning, yesterday's replay had 111 people. I mean, these numbers are very small compared to most, but I just found it funny. I have no idea how the algorithm works. I don't think anybody does. I don't think the people at YouTube probably do. It's probably so complicated by now, nobody really knows. But whatever, it worked yesterday for me.
Seven-figure dashing investor says, so do you think because you didn't decide where you wanted your categories to be with hashtags, the system saw the category was no and put it where it thought by the content of the conversation?
That's, I don't know. Well, you know what? There's a way to go in, and I have this written down at home. I haven't done it for a long time, but there's a way to go in and see a video. Like, you can do this to any video. You can do this to other people's videos as well. Because what I did was, I was trying to figure out what categories and stuff to use. I went to people, like at the time, I wasn't really watching John yet. I was watching like truck drivers and stuff. And I went to their videos, and you can go in, and there's a website where you can go and it'll list out everything that person did to their stream, like what tags they have on it, what all that kind of stuff, location, anything that when they set up their video, it's got everything right there, and you can kind of see, you know, what category did they use and all that kind of stuff. And that's interesting. I might do that to that video yesterday. I did add my normal stuff, like my title. I put a title on it, and I put a description on it, but I could see what they did behind the scenes. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they put it in a whole different category. Because it definitely probably went out to a whole different audience. Whatever YouTube did with it. I mean, the only thing you really have to do, I mean, you have to type some sort of title, and you have to indicate whether it's for kids or not. Other than that, I didn't do anything. Yeah, I'm going to do that. When I get home later, I'm going to do that. I'm going to check it out. Basically check up on my own video and see what happened. Because it is kind of, when I was first setting this up for the first time, I was like, I don't know what category to use for ride. There is no specific category for ride-alongs. Like, I normally go along with the one that says traveling. I think it's traveling and something. Travel. I think a very popular one is how-tos.
Seven-figure dashing investor says, so what is the Craycray reference?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to change that or not. That was, when I first set this up, that's what I guess he's actually a great nephew, right? If your nephew or niece has a baby, is that your great nephew? I think it is. Anyway, so, you know, he doesn't know how to say Uncle Craig. yet. So he kind of says Craycray. So that's how. So I've sort of become Craycray to my great nephews and nieces, the ones that can't quite get to Uncle Craig yet. So it was sort of in honor to, his name's August. Augie.
At the seven-figure dashing investor says your comment reader is very slow tonight. Do you have your chat on slow-mo?
No. Yeah, I sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the reader. It's a separate app. But yeah, like the text will pop up and it should only be maybe 10 to 15 seconds, but sometimes it is a little bit longer. I didn't put anything on delay, no. I was reading something on YouTube about the fact that when you're streaming, if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you're actually on some sort of, I don't know if it's a review process or something, but your access is kind of slowed down. I don't know if that has something to do with it too sometimes. I forget how they worded it. Limited? Not limited. No, not limited. Delayed? I'll have to look that up again. But I did come across something once that made it sound like when you're under 1,000 subscribers, your streaming is a little bit slower. They didn't use the word slow. They used some other word. It is Sunday, so I probably have to call them. Hang on one second here. Let's go. What a day. All right, this is going to be one of those days where they just open the door and they don't pick up the phone, maybe. Let's see. Yep. Isn't that weird? Is it just me, or does that it seems weird, right? No, we're not going to pick up the phone. We're just going to open the door. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good, yeah.
I'm good, thank you.
Nice morning.
It is? It is? Seen a lot of animals out there today. Oh man, you got a lot of stuff. There we go. This is the good chick. good trick today. Alright, let's move this stuff around. Because they're getting a lot. I think they pretty much use this rack that I roll out here as a you know, like where they store them during the day. All right, I'll be here, Tom. All right, I'm gonna just put all this crap together. So if I don't, I'm gonna run out of space. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many trays do I have? Making this more complicated for me today. This is taking me quite a bit longer than normal. I got this rack filled up. There we go. Oops, that's not good. All right. I shifted stuff around on here. It's pretty full. So, like I got a couple things up there. I ran out of, I filled it up with, so. All right. You here by yourself?
No, that's
Oh,
in the office.
oh, gotcha. All right, man. Thank you. All right. All right, that was kind of bizarre. So I guess what happens normally before I get here, somebody like takes that rack where we put our trays of donuts and it kind of clears out empty trays and stuff like that. Well, that hadn't happened yet. So I had to wing it. But we did good. We got them all in there. All right, here we go. So that was it. That's our one delivery today. Back to the bakery we go. I got gas yesterday, so we don't even have to stop. All right, I might do a guessing game on when will this light stop blinking. Okay, you see I'm going to do it. So this is the highs, and see that? We'll zoom in on this right there. See that right there? When will they fix that light is going to be my question. I might have to clip this section of our of our live stream. But that's the question. When is that light going to be repaired? Okay. I might have to start this one simultaneously so that we have the... What? There we go. Okay. I'm very... What is that thing? All right, come on, Greg, come on! There we go. I don't want that. Right there. Okay. I'm sorry you had to see that. But we're going to do a contest. When is that light going to be fixed? I don't think it's a new thing. I don't think it's a permanent enhancement. Like, do you think they want the roof of their place shining like that? Wait a minute. Janet, when did you say that? Because it's not reading it. I'm going to stop here. Did they have... Hold on. Yes, they did have an extra. They had, well, yeah, they had a pretty big order. They had 160. I think we've done more, but it was a pretty good size order. It was a total of 10 trays. So that's not crazy, you know, it's not crazy big. But they didn't have a lot of leftover donuts and things, but they had like the other types of pastry things, you know, muffins and...
Seven-figure dashing investor says 46 of gas at 4.699. 410 miles for DoorDash today.
4? So your gas is 4? Over 4, yeah. That's good though, man. You had a good day. Or it sounds like a good day. Oh, is your guess? See, something popped up and it's a date. I looked over. It was a. You're right. It is taking her a while to read it today.
Seven-figure dashing investor says June 16th.
Wow. So you think, all right, I'm going to put you down for that. You think that that light won't be fixed until June, the middle of June. May, June, 2 months. You could be right. You could be right, because maybe a month ago or so, well, more than a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, they had an issue with the gas price sign, like the one in the front that has the highs on top, and then it has the price of fuel. Well, that wasn't working for, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. Quite a while. It seemed like an extended period of time. Like you would think and it wasn't, originally I thought maybe their gas pumps weren't working, but that wasn't the case. Their gas pumps were fine, but their sign was off for a pretty long amount of time. So you might be right. Especially if the guy that owns the place only shows up during the day. So he's not even going to know unless he watches my stream.
Seven-figure dashing investor says after the spring showers and they have to repair something on the roof, they will notice that the light is out.
Yeah, it's possible. Could be. Yeah, it could be a while. Funny, I'm getting that little, there's a certain speed, you hit a certain speed in the van, the trays rattle. I was following someone up the highway this morning that was driving exactly the speed limit, which, it's respectable. I don't give them, I think that's fine. You can drive the speed limit and should. But I have to be honest, normally, especially in the middle of the night.
Seven-figure dashing investor says, so are you delivering to convenience stores and grocery stores? Are you delivering donuts or any bread products? Tell me more.
I'm delivering donuts. It is a variety of bakery items. So it's donuts, Danish, cookies, some cakes. We've got large Danish, small Danish, eclairs. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Like cookie type things. Like we have something called a peanut butter tandy, which is sort of, so like snack kind of bakery goods, not bread, or we actually don't make muffins either, which is kind of funny. Never thought about that. But not like bread things, but more like dessert types of bakery goods. And I'm delivering to restaurants. So like What a Day Cafe is a restaurant in Eldersburg that, you know, they have a pretty good breakfast menu. They've got a nice lunch menu. They've got a good menu, period. But, you know, so they've got people coming in the morning. The Deli is a restaurant that Lenny's Deli also has a restaurant associated with it. And so they're the types. Actually, Gourmet Girls is more of a market type place. I mean, they do have meals. You can go in there and eat, but they are also kind of they have a market in the front of their store. So it's a place like, and I think that Jennifer and Bob, the owners of the bakery, have talked to people. Like there's a guy I think that is opening a convenience store, and they've had some conversations with him about possibly offering some donuts up. I mean, it's interesting because the deli, Lenny's Deli, they don't really buy that much, or they don't buy that many donuts. They're mostly Danish cakes. Kind of what you would think about if you were stocking your bakery items at a at a deli or a diner type of restaurant, right? Like if you went into a diner and you were looking in the case, like that kind of stuff. So it's not a lot of, they don't focus on the donuts so much. What a Day sells a lot of donuts. So they are, I think they get a pretty popular, you know, they're pretty popular in the morning. Like they get a crowd that rides by and stops in there for coffee and a donut. But it's a variety of restaurants. One of the restaurants they deliver to, I don't usually go there because they don't open for breakfast. They're a lunch and dinner crowd, but they sell large cakes, nice cakes. Like the type that you would buy, like they're going to serve them out as dessert items on a menu. It's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting. Even the whole operation inside a bakery is kind of interesting. I didn't until I started working there. I didn't realize, you know, I want to actually put together sort of a couple of videos maybe and explain what people do in a bakery, because I didn't realize there's like one person who focuses primarily on all of the batter, the icing, you know, getting the ingredients together to create the batters and things for the folks that make, and then there's somebody that's baking, so they're making the actual cakes and cookies and things, and then there's somebody that decorates them. You know, everybody kind of has a specialized skill. I think they all can kind of fill in for each other, but there are specialized skills inside the bakery.
Seven-figure dashing investor says I am home. Time to work on taxes. Have a great day.
Oh, that's going to be fun. All right, Tom. Thanks for riding along. Appreciate you. Good luck with the taxes. I got to do taxes too. Yeah, I want to put a video together of like what the different roles are in a bakery. Yesterday I took a video. I walked by the mixing machine and Bob was making chocolate icing. And just watching this thing, it's almost like when you're in a car wash and you've got all this stuff kind of flying around. It's just mesmerizing. That's how this mixing machine is. It's actually a very dangerous piece of equipment.
Seven-figure dashing investor says I am going to leave the stream on in the car to help you with watch hours.
All right, cool. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've gotten the habit of leaving streams on. The other day, what was I doing the other day? I'll have it on my computer running, and then I'll hook up the speakers in my house so that I can kind of hear it, but I'm not really watching. I'm like walking around the house doing stuff sometimes. And then, like, I forget what I was doing the other day. I wasn't even in the room watching the computer, but John asked me some question. Like, so as soon as I hear my name, I'm like, uh-oh, I better run in there and type something. But there was some other guy named Craig. There's another Craig guy that has been in John's live streams recently. And he says he types a lot. He's very talkative. But I think he made John mad the other day. I think John silenced him once. So I have to be aware of the fact that John could accidentally silence me one day when he's trying to silence the Craig. But anyway, yeah, so sometimes I'm listening and I hear stuff and it makes me, what did I do the other day? Oh, I know what it was. I was actually in bed. I was falling asleep and I heard John talking about OG Sean, and he had been monetized, which is a big deal for OG. I mean, he's really been working very hard to make that happen. So, and I mean, his subscribers, he's like really hustling to get that channel built up. And so when I heard that, I'm like, oh, I gotta get online. So I got up, I went in, and I've got, of course, John's stream is running, but I just open another window and I go in and there's Sean doing his thing. He was so excited. It was kind of cool. But yeah, so that's what so I'm usually like online listening. So don't ever talk about me. No, I'm just kidding. You can talk about me. It happened one day, I forget what they were talking about. Oh. I think they said something about, and I'm only hearing John's side of the conversation. So if he doesn't say my name, I'm probably not aware of the fact that they're talking about it. But they were talking about the axe challenge that I'm doing. And so I heard them start that conversation. I went into the room, typed a little message just to make sure they knew I was hearing them. All right, here we go. We're going to go by the house. I went by quickly this morning, so I can tell you already, I don't want to spoil the surprise. All right, so I won't. I'm not going to say anything. Got nobody behind us, which is good. Here we go. Let's check our Christmas decorations. Or not. What will it be? Oh, we've got decorations are still up. It's going to take a while for that little corner there with the choir. See, the whole center area has been cleared out. Got a few big light bulbs there. Sleigh's pretty much done. So we don't have any reindeer anymore. I don't think we're not to the 90% mark yet. Some of those guys are missing. There used to be a Mickey Mouse in there. He's not there anymore. Had a good shot of it today. Nobody on the road. High's Roof Watch. Is that what we're going to call it? We got a new challenge we're gonna start up. I got to think of a good name for it though. It's going to be the High's Roof Light Watch. Roof light? I don't know. Gotta come up with something good. I want to stop at that barn one day. Oh look, there goes an Amish person. It's the second one time I've seen them in a very short period of time. On the corner, as you're coming down that last hill, there's like the side of a barn there, and it's got all these hubcaps on it. I would imagine they've been collected over the years, maybe. I don't know if it's where people's hubcaps fall off in that corner. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I want to stop and look at that one day. Cows are laying down. They're laying down. It's time to get up. Let's do some cow stuff. Oh, the little baby is laying down. Now he's up. Look at that little tiny one over there. Little mommy and her baby. They're my favorite cows. I like that little one over there. All right, let me get back on the road before the car comes. All right, we're headed to the Tunnel of Doom. Tunnel of Doom. The name. You probably can't hear me now, but I think I'm going to change the name. Instead of Tunnel of Doom, I've got to come up with something that's like the Forest something. Forest. Forest failing? No. I think I'm still zoomed in a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. We will be back. Get my spot here. All right, I hear you. All right. I hope I'm still on. Probably, maybe. I don't know. If not, it's the thought that counts. All right, guys. So, Tomorrow's Monday. I'll be on at 5:15. I think I finally have the horizontal orientation figured out. Maybe. I'll practice it a little more today, but I think we're good. So I'll have a thumbnail. Everything will be back to normal, I think. But I hope you have a great Sunday. Enjoy the day. And as always, get out there and pursue some happiness. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.